Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sinnycool, and this is Gems of War. And today I have two teams for you, a high level and a low level for the world event. Also a new trick that I don't think mentioned before, at least not very often, to, figure out how to make these teams and stuff. So right here's the first team. I got Forest Troll, Gob Truffle, and a Boreal Crystal. Um, you can also use Queen Beatrix on this team. I want to say that because true damage is really good when you have a spell damage medal. We have a spell damage medal today. We want to hit all enemies. Gob Truffle is like the no-brainer. Forest Troll goes awesome with them. You could do Mirage Queen if you want there. But I think this works out the best. We can't use Doomed Glaive, I don't think, right? We have a blue restriction. We have to use blue troops. So, Tesla would be good too. There's a lot of good stuff for this, but Gob Truffle's like the no-brainer with Forest Troll and two Gob Truffles, I would say. And yeah, that's what I went with Archer class, so I could have a Green Storm and a 50% start. And then later on, I'm going to throw a Queen Beatrix on there. Instead of two Gob Truffles, I'm going to go Gob Truffle, Queen Beatrix. That way we can, as it gets harder, we can start doing true damage instead of, physical. The trick that I was going to mention that I haven't mentioned before, I don't think, just like in the bounty where you can type NTY in your search when you're looking through your troop options, you want to type in empowered or empower when you're looking up, when you're trying to make a team, when you are, looking for troops and stuff. Go to the little, like, search thing, or the little filter when you're looking through the troops, the restricted troops. Go to the filter, type in empower, and then you can see like all your empowered troops, because you really want like an empowered exploder or converter usually on a team. And if you don't have that, you also could type starts with 50% mana. You could type that, starts with 50% mana. That way you could see like what troops you have that are starting what typing with 50% mana. Like this time we have the Mirage Queen. We had a couple of them. We have King Averlorn, Captain McCall. Like you could do rogues, elementals, elves, stuff like that. So you want to type those in just to see what you're working with. You may or may not use them, but I would say type in empower. I type that in almost every single time into that search filter, and then starts with 50% mana. You might be able to figure something out that's shorter than that, but if you just type in 50% mana, I think it brings up like all the troops that start with 50% mana. We just want the ones that start other troops with 50% mana. So I don't know. Try it next time you're trying to make a team. Try using the filter more often, the troop filter, typing in certain phrases like empower or starts with 50% mana. But there's the team for you, the team code. And here is the low-level team. If you somehow don't have Gob Truffle, you can get it pretty easy, though. But my new account still doesn't have it. My new account's like level 100 and something, 150 maybe. So by the time you're like 250, you should definitely have Gob Truffle. But let's say you don't. Here's your team. And this is where I used the trick. I typed in empower because I couldn't remember what was a blue empowered like mana generator. And you almost always want one of those, or almost always. Like my first team didn't have one, but I was starting with 50% mana. So I'm almost always either starting with 50% mana with something, or I have an empowered exploder or converter. Almost always. So I either have a troop starting everybody else with 50% mana, or I'm starting my hero with 50% mana, or I have an empowered exploder or converter, or something starting everybody with 50% mana, if I didn't say that already, which I think I did. But here's the low-level team. If you don't have Gob Truffle, which I recommend you definitely go get, and you should probably have if you're level 250 or up. But we got Dwarven Gate, Rowanne, Osha's Tome, and Princess Elspeth. If you don't have Osha's Tome, just any exploder really. You start yourself with 50% mana. Be a class that starts with 50% mana, and then just have an exploder. Anu's Scepter maybe would be like the lowest level one I can think of that's blue. But there's Osha's Tome, there's Gob Sticker, there's a Boreal Crystal. I'm hoping you have one of those. But the Princess Elspeth is the empowered troop, and you need a pure blue ally so you can sacrifice it. So then you make sure you make blue on the board, because she'll sacrifice a troop on your team and then make a bunch of that color on the board. And everybody on our team is blue, so I went with blue. I went with Dwarven Gate. Because even if he gets up really fast somehow, we could still use him because he'll give 5 mana to all and barrier to the rest of our team. So he's actually still useful if like he somehow gets up on first turn. You can cast him real quick and then sacrifice him. But yeah, that's what I went with. Dwarven Gate, Rowanne, Osha's Tome, Princess Elspeth. So Princess Elspeth is borderline for this no team. I'm doing epic and under. She is an epic, but there's not that many like blue empowered exploders or converters. There are converters, but with converters you like have to get lucky and get alignment to make it like really worthwhile. So like Malcandessa or something would be the other option. If you don't have Elspeth, maybe Malcandessa would be a great option. But you have to get more lucky than I do. I just have to cast Elspeth on Dwarven Gate and then cast Rowanne. If you have Malcandessa, you have to have alignment. So, but yeah, that's my 2 ideas for today. I hope that new trick helped you. I'm sure a lot of y'all knew that, but I didn't figure it out till a long time in, so maybe you didn't either. Like, share, subscribe, consider joining. It helps a lot. Tell your guild about the channel, comment below, and I will see you at the weekly preview in a couple hours. Peace.